Okay, and welcome back to another run, another PB. This time the one that actually got me second instead of, you know, playing with my emotions. So it went relatively well, it went better than last time, obviously. Couple of mistakes, quite a lot of mistakes, but I'll point them out as we go. I'm not going to explain the mechanics because by this point you've already seen them. If you want to know what the mechanics are, go watch one of my other PBs on my YouTube account. They're all there. And that explains all the mechanics like vision. Have I actually explained movement speed in this game? Well, that went fine, so I'm doing this on Notepad++ this time, so if you hear me typing away, that's me doing notes and stuff. So, movement speed in this game. Running is the fastest default. One character has one faster movement, but we'll get onto that later. So, running is faster than anything else. Falling and gliding I think are the same, and they're slightly slower. Jumping is slower than gliding? It depends, because obviously you got double jump, single jump. It depends on how much force you apply. Will depend on how much you jump. That level was fine. I think this one, yeah, I went a bit too far over there. I could have cut that. Cut first bubble. Whoa, a bit more. Didn't bump there. That was fine. Actually, I'll say took first. Bubble wall. A bit too far. Cut more off next day. That will save me like a half a second or something. Wasn't very straight there, but I was still going up, so I don't think I wasted too much time there. Anyway, sorry, movement speed. I suppose let's just go in order. That'll probably be easier. So it goes Niles is rocketing, running, jump slash glide, falling as well. Actually, falling would be faster than running, possibly. We'll put running and falling at the same speed. So Niles is rocketing. Sorry, I'm getting distracted. Niles is rocketing, running slash gliding, running slash falling. Sorry, glide and jump, and then you have lifts, wall climb. Right, so watch changes. Screwed up bubble. Bubble steps. Okay. Halfway in. Not the 3 bubble step. So yeah, the run went relatively well. I was getting a little bit angry towards the end because I was making silly mistakes. That's just more time saved next time, hopefully. But it also means that because there was so much potential time save, I was getting angry going, oh come on, that was cheap. And I was starting to get really, really anxious. Like, I could, throughout the entirety of the run from about World 2 onwards, I could just feel my heart pounding in my chest. It was actually a bit uncomfortable. There was a lot of BS in this run as well, especially with blocks, like blocks and objects getting stuck. You'll probably see that in the next level, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I didn't get that the first time, which I was very disappointed about. Didn't get bubble jump and run. And then I didn't get that second bubble. Also didn't get bubble stuck on roof. Got the other one though. So yeah, it went really well, all things considered. So I am now officially second, which is Fantastic, seeing as I only started running this game about a month ago. Well, slightly longer than that. Screwed up that one. Didn't jump straight. And I got crushed here. Yeah. Before falling. Walling? No, falling. Not galling, falling, thank you very much. Objects, then died to said fallen objects. Fallen, not fallen. God damn it, brain, can't you? There we go. Just make that a little bit bigger so I can actually see what I'm doing. Here comes the BS level. Lots of stuck times. I mean, my changes were relatively good. I'm still getting slightly better at them. Just because I'm memorising this level a little bit more. Still need to find the most optimal time to do some of these changes. But it's definitely improving. So, this was fine. Did it get stuck here, or was it after? No. Yeah, it got stuck on me there, so... back away from block before drop. Then it got stuck here. Yeah, this is what I'm saying. I am pushing against that and it's not recognising that at all. It just randomly got stuck for no reason. What changed a bit early, lost speed. And now I got stuck in the bamboo thing as well. As I said before, there was a lot of BS in this run, well, early in the run. It got a lot better later on when I started trying out some of the new skips I've been practicing. That went quite smooth. Good, good. I didn't get stuck on this, which is quite common. I think this bit went really well, actually. Change there, jump. Yeah, this bit went really well. I was very chuffed with myself. Like, oh, look at all the time save I'm doing. Look, I even get this bit right. But then... I'm like, this is good. This is really good. I'm doing a fantastic job here. Run over here. Didn't screw that bit up. I've screwed that a little bit up a little bit by changing too early. Then I run over here. Everything's great and dandy. Then it gets stuck again. Why does it get stuck? I was doing everything possible to get that bloody thing to move. I was borderline ready to reset. But I was like, no, no, carry on. I lost, like, what, 5 seconds from my fastest time in this level. It goes quite gold split crazy after. Is it this split? It gets quite gold split crazy after a while. But, it was not so fun early on. I think this bit went... I was a little bit nervous, but I think I finally got that bit down. I think, she says, and then she jinxes herself. That went quite well, actually. I got a little bit stuck. I was like half a second or so getting stuck, but it was not bad, actually. A lot better than what I've done before by jumping in the completely wrong direction that I'm supposed to be going in. Got a little bit close there, but I got away with it somehow. The game is not this forgiving usually. I do remember screwing up some of these kind of changes, but I think I remember what levels they're at. Got a little bit stuck in there, unfortunately. I was being careful here, making sure I was actually up and not running into my death again, as I've done many times before. Didn't recognise my jump input. Didn't recognise my change input at first. Review, dropped inputs, nothing major. Yeah, then we're going to the boss level after this. I was a little bit angry with this one. It was so good, it was so clean. Despite the deaths. I did die like 2 times out of here. The unfortunate thing was that I died at the very, very end of it. So at one point, usually what I tend to do is I jump on these bubbles above my head. and jump into the TV after I've kind of finished it off to save me getting the whirlwind. Couldn't do that this time. Well, I could have, but I didn't know if it was faster, so I risked it and waited. So I still have about 4 to 8 seconds save on this split. See, I die there, but it's no sacrifice because I've already hit him. So, if anything, it kind of speeds him up a little bit. Getting a little bit risky. You can see I'm getting a little bit braver. Playing a little bit riskier. Unfortunate, is he testing it was not stuck first? Fortunately, I died right there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so that was about 8 seconds. 7, 8 seconds. I'm getting better in the interior. The interior went so smooth. I cannot describe how well the interior went. Once you get the interior and you let muscle memory do the work for you, it's actually really good. I think I'm starting to get muscle memory for this because it's just like some of it's not even questioned. Had to wait a little bit there because I don't mind waiting. Oh, sorry. I don't mind waiting for that one because it can be a bit tricky. I thought I was going to die in that one, but I surprised myself by not. Don't die in exterior. And I was a bit slow on that. Slow on cutscene cancel. Now into world 2. I still have about a minute to save in this world if I want to go after world record. But I got second, which is better than being default third. A little bit of a slip and slide here, which I can sometimes do. Watch changes. So yeah, overall this run went quite well. I still haven't done any testing on Lift's jumping stick versus just straight climbing. That's definitely something to do. Big bold caps. Test, jump, and stick over general climbing. That went quite well. Getting a little bit braver. At this moment in time, I'm not too panicky because it's still, you know, still not bad. By the time I get to, like, near the last, the first auto-scroller, I get quite nervous and anxious. I'm like, oh god. This went quite well. Need to be a little bit braver there and actually try and practice the jumping stick, but the problem is that with lift the jumping stick doesn't always work. Jump stick on start. Because the problem with lift that I find is that for some reason a lot of people can get lift to stick just fine. I can't. Whenever I tell lift to stick on a surface that's above her, it doesn't work. Just will not do it for some reason. Been a little bit stuck there, but it's fine. Didn't come and almost missed that entirely. That was fine. I think I get a tiny little bit, yeah, a little bit stuck there, but it's fine. So yeah, I'm actually starting to get relatively good at these now. So hopefully ESA, maybe. Yeah, I've got a 10-8 down for this one. I can probably beat this one if I go up the straight side. Try beating second set of fallen objects just before end. Yeah, and I missed that as well. That was a bit annoying. Missed jumping. Sorry, I like to do these note taking so I can figure out exactly where I've gone wrong because I don't have individual level splits. I have considered it. I don't know if it's a good idea because it's just more stuff for me to remember to split. And now I've already missplit in this run. I do missplit in this run, so I'll have to do the correction. I've already edited my splits for that, but I'm also getting this bit down, which is good. I'm no longer waiting 4 or 5 seconds. So I think the general improvements I need to make with this game is overall movement and not dying. Just being more aware of my surroundings. I thought I didn't make that at first, but it was fine. Oh yeah, I screwed this little bit up a little bit. Screwed inverted elevator. Took several tries. Several, not everal. There's an S in there. I think the rest of the level went quite smoothly actually, so we're doing quite good there. Down here, over there, jump, jump, jump. Getting a bit stuck in the bamboos. A little bit muddled up with my changes. More bamboo stuck. I don't know what I hate more. Objects getting stuck in the ground for no apparent reason. Or bamboo. I don't know what they're called, but I'm calling them bamboo. Decided to be a little bit risky here. Paid off. Not sure how much it paid off by, but I decided just to try it. Missed that one. See, this is why I don't do the jumping stick a lot of the time. I'm right against the surface, and I just won't do it when it's above me for some reason. I have been trying to practice the practically near frame perfect skip that you have in the final level before the final boss in this world, and I can't get it. It's literally frame perfect, and I can't figure out how to get it sorted. One day, but I don't have a way to measure frame perfectness. Got a bit stuck there. Now, for some reason, I always get stuck coming out of that one. It doesn't recognise my jump inputs when I immediately come out of there. It wasn't too bad, but it can still be a bit annoying. Wee bit of a pause, compose, back over. Trying to do the jumping stick through here, somewhat succeed, get a little bit stuck, but getting there. And I always just straight climb on this one just because there's obstacles that can kill me, and I would rather not die if I can avoid it. Recognise my jump inputs here. I managed to just straight jump on all of these. Be a bit of surface gliding to help me out. I probably could have made that one as well, but I decided to just be cautious. So yeah, I think I'm going to call that when you kind of skate on the surface a little bit, like surface gliding or surface skidding or something. Just because it's not character specific, it happens to everyone. Yeah, sorry about that. Yeah. Trying to remember to drink a little bit more water than usual. This bit went quite well. Well, at first anyway. Learning to control my jumps a little bit better so I don't, you know, have to end up sticking to things I don't have to stick to. Now this bit got a bit tense. This is when the heart was going really pitter-patter because I kept changing and mischanging and everything was going horribly wrong, but I got there in the end. Back over here. Again, this section went really well. Everything got stuck. I'm nice and safe. I don't have to worry about rushing to grab that, which is, yeah, it's definitely my least favourite part of the level Because that's the one part of the level that can make you reset. Like, horrifically reset. As in the whole level. So, it's just, it's not a fun time. I kind of used up all my jumps there when I really didn't have to, but I ended up saving it in the end, so it was good. Managed to grab both of them this time. Just straight fall in here. This next section, I recall I got a bit too cocky, a bit too switch happy, a bit trigger happy. Bit too trigger. Yeah, see what I mean? I'm getting a bit trigger happy here. See, because I'm trying to do what I did before, but if I had just left it and climbed and stuck, I would have made it. Too trigger happy on final section. Thankfully, I didn't have to sit there for another little while, but it was still frustrating on final section. So yeah, ah well, it's all a learning experience, all good practice. This level, I don't really see very much improvement. There's only a couple places where I could do any actual improvements because it is an auto-scroller. The only improvement areas I can think of include changing of area, so from going from this square block to the vertical area. That's the only other, that's one place I can do it. Second place is probably at the very end, going from the balls to the hanging part in order to get up to the second to last changer. So not much to say with the auto-scroller. Still very nerve-wracking. I still get very, very nervous with this level. This part especially, I still cringe every time I do that jump. Like my toes curl like crazy, and I can't stop it. Got a bit stuck on the change there. A bit stuck on change in section. Didn't change out of dirt fast enough. The rest of it went okay, I think. Now, I did look on the leaderboards a little while ago, and I did notice the 100% run is missing. And I do know that quite a lot of people over on Mitako's Discord were saying that they've actually lost a lot of runs because of a thing on Twitch's side. So I'm wondering if that's what that is. It's hard to say though. But the 100%, the only 100% run for this game is gone now, so there's an empty field there. And I am starting to route the all bonus levels. I've already got the maze for lift sim sorted out. So this is the only other section I can possibly do another skip. So it's just like the changes between these two sections, I can possibly try and shave a couple seconds off. But yes, I have started routing the secret levels, which, if my calculations are right, it's probably at best going to take about half an hour to 45 minutes. It's if you're really, really good and really, really accurate, it won't take you very long at all. But this is me, which means it's going to take a little while, but somebody over on the Sonic Discord did help me unpackage a lot of the levels. So I'm actually able to make maps out of them now. So once I get that route routed out, I'll put a zip with those maps and the resources for anybody who wants to try. I have no idea how I'm going to do some of them, because some of them are like really bad. Like I'm going to have to get like really, really specific instructions. Especially the lift Tetris one. Oh god, that's a nightmare. Right, now we're back onto a more interesting level before we get into the boss level, where I can continue to talk about the the other runs I'm practicing. Or routing at least. So this level went quite well. I did miss one of the bubbles the first time around. It was a bit annoying. You'll see what I mean later. But other than that, oh, I think I got a bit stuck as well in the tunnel. So that's fine, that's fine. It's just bit I get a bit stuck because of, yeah, because I'm trying to double jump and I don't have enough. Yeah, so I lost quite a bit of time there. Narrow section between first area and second area. And I also missed that the first time. Missed the topmost bubble first time. But yeah, getting a bit braver, more confident with my drops. Now the skip I'm talking about, yeah, you can't see it now because it's inverted, but you see those bubbles on the left side of the screen that are transparent just below the area I'm in just now? Yeah, you can do a triple jump off of those things and then use lift's kind of magnet pull in order to pull you up to there, and it will save you having to collect any of those bubbles. Unfortunately, I haven't been able to do that. I went a slightly different route this time. I don't think it uses that much time. This actually went really well. I decided to do the interior a little bit differently this time, and it paid off in the end. Exterior is the same as always. It's right round once. Then second time around, up 90 degrees, stop, then continue around. Then the other one kind of backtracks on its bit, then it goes back forward again, then it goes then it backtracks again, then it goes forward all the way around again. It's a little bit annoying. So yes, the all bonus levels. I've only managed to get the invisible maze mapped just now, but there is pretty good videos out there that are going to help me kind of track how best to do the other ones, because some of them are really annoying. The ones that come to mind is World 1, the fallen block puzzle, where you actually have to balance, get like 3 or 4 blocks to fall on top of each other in order to reach the end. That can be really annoying, and if you screw up you have to reset the entire level. In Lift's World, get a little bit tense here, but I managed to pull through somehow. I get a little bit too cocky in a little bit. I have to cover all these bits, but it's fine. So that's going to be the annoying one there. World 5, it's going to always be the pain in the ass. It's always been a pain in the ass. Niles' has a really bad one. That took me forever to do the first time I was trying to do it. Then each of them has at least one very bad one. It's a little bit annoying actually. I tried to go for the second one. I nearly got it as well. If I was only slightly further over and then moved, I would have been fine, but gotta practice that, unfortunately. So, interior time for some more interesting stuff. So, this area went quite well. Very nearly died, but I didn't. That's the main thing. Went well. So, that area is always fine. I decided to go immediately up this time, because I'm just like, I'm sick and tired of waiting for that the left side to come back around, and it actually worked out really well in the end. So assuming you don't screw up this, the timing's going to be really good. and you'll see what I mean by timing. So you jump up here, reset, go back over, and the entrance is like right there, and you can just like literally glide, just hover your way right into the middle. You don't have to do anything. That's how easy it is. I was so chuffed with myself. I was so pleased. So now we're going on to the next world. Walk's world. I can't think of any major choke points. Final boss. Final boss always has a couple of choke points. I think the rest of it went quite well. No, I can't actually think of any major ones. That went well. Come over here. I decided for this time around, I usually grab this bubble for safety, but this time I decided I'm actually going to use it this time. Because the chances of you missing the braking part at the end, the kind of brake skip, is quite high. So I decided, no, I'm just going to go straight for it this time. So get that in there, bounce up here, break that, break that. I mean, if you get it first time, you do save a lot of time. Definitely, you will save a lot of time. But because now walk can be quite unpredictable, it's usually safer to try the normal way to do it. Did I have to reset for one of these? Can't remember. I did a really good maneuver in one of these. I was so proud of myself. I died on one of the chase levels, that's what I did. I died in the last one. I remember. I actually managed to bounce off of that. I was really happy with myself. Like, oh my god, that's so good. Saved like half a second. And when you're trying to get a world record, these little half seconds are quite important. So good time final skip with normal. Good skips movement. Yeah, this went really, really well. Got a little bit hesitant there on the final jump, but it's fine. Fastest time I've done that level, by the way. 2 seconds shaved off. So now you can see we're kind of in Gold Split City at this moment until the last one. This one frustrated me a little bit. The wall jump didn't quite go as I wanted. Oh, wall jump didn't go well first 2 times. Thankfully, and this time I just decided, no, I'm not going to screw up with the bounce and just go the safe way. So I decided, nah, not going to go risky there. The wall jumps can be a bit tricky, but I did practice them for like ages and ages. So you can imagine my frustration when it didn't go off the first 2 times. Don't worry, there's plenty more wall jumps. I've been practicing them. Some of them are quite tricky. I'm still trying to figure out their behaviours as they were. This level went well. I got up there fine. Up there, I died quite cleanly. So that's a good level. Bounce off of this, straight to the top, just immediately ran. Doing the safety jumps just because I have destroyed everything. I would rather not destroy everything I've just done. Lose all that wonderful time save. So, let's see. I do need to kind of work on movement a little bit here. But the as with all of Newton's laws of physics, the glide there was quite good. As I said, try and glide over that gap, and it worked out really, really well. Unfortunately, when they were designing the physics engine for this, they decided to add in Newton's laws of force, which means that when you bounce off of something and destroy it, it will kind of screwed that bit up as well. Good, although messed up tunnel to final break area. It was a little bit slow coming out of there, but it was fine otherwise. Good, good. Next one is... oh yeah, this level. It went better than most times I've done this level. Still frustrating though. But meh. I screwed up a little bit in places. Like here. No, it was the next time around. I changed. Didn't change in time. Went all the way back down here. Decided, oh, screw it. Do it the slow way. Do it the noob way. No swag strats for me. Could you imagine trying to do this entire section with only bouncing glide? No, I would probably die inside. Good, that went well. So slowly getting better than with these. It's gonna take time, sadly. But I do have second now, so I can't complain too much. Sorry, get myself into a more comfortable position. Squeaky chair. So World 3 went quite well. I am comparing when I was looking at these after, I did try to compare these against the world record. I do still have like a minute or two of time save. So it's just mostly like silly deaths and stuff. I mean, I think at the end of World 3, I'm like 3-4 minutes behind world record. So I am definitely getting there. Bearing in mind that a month ago I was half an hour behind world record, I am now 8 minutes behind world record? No, 9. I can't believe I've recovered that. And then I was like, oh hang on, I remember a wee shortcut I did before. We'll just do this. So much easier. Just bounce straight off of that. Unfortunately, I died here. Or no, it was the next section I died in. Yes, that was good. I died. I let go a bit too early was my problem. I would have been fine if I just, you know, left it. Died. Try not to do that. So I did lose a fair bit of time there because I was in the... And I lost some more time here because the platforms weren't behaving. Platforms. Lift section was fine. There was absolutely nothing to say there. I learned my lesson from earlier and backed away from the blocks this time to let it fall because for some reason the blocks get stuck on you despite the fact that gravity should just pull them down. But oh well, that's flying for you. Right, this level. Oh, this level didn't go well. Starts off fine and dandy. Then I kind of screw that bit up a little bit, try to go for the wall jump. There we go. Then we're fine, we're fine. Oh, it's easy. I've done this billions of times by this point, practicing not to die in this level. Which I still haven't managed to do. do that bit fine. I'm almost in the clear. I misbounce. Alright, okay, I can still recover this. Die. And then I miss my changes. This is the problem with this level. It's very easy to die and very easy to make mistakes. And then I make another mistake here. I changed. Or I returned to checkpoint instead of just dropping like an idiot. Was an idiot. Died. And then returned to checkpoint when I didn't need to. I think the rest of the level went fine. It was just that. Or did it? Getting better here. And getting a lot better with this section here as well. Getting better at remembering to return. I also need to gain a bit more confidence and just say, you're fine, you can let go of the bounce button, you're not going to die. Be more confident, let go of bounce when safe. Oh no, this bit did go well. When safe, there we go. So the rest of the level went fine after that. It was just that early hiccup that decided to be a pain. If you are fast enough with your button presses, you can return without dying there. I have yet to do it. I can't figure out how people do it. And then it's just bounce to victory. And into the final boss. Started to lose time. As you can see, I'm no longer getting gold splits. I lost quite a bit of time here. Like 15 so seconds or something. Purely because of the interior. The exterior was fine, as it usually is. Exterior fine. Interior is... yeah. The interior has been the interior, but... At least with no music, you can enjoy the lovely rubber sound that they decided to use for walk. I made that. I was so happy I made that. Right, final bounce up. I went a little bit too high than I had to, but I kind of lost sight of where I was. I'd rather be safer than not. So, wee bit of rebounce there. Alright. At this point, I could probably start migrating over, but I wanted to get an extra bounce in just in case. And at this point, I have to change exterior, invert before final hit. I need to remember to do that. Also need to test mash jump after final hit to see if I can get the warp skip. Try that. This part went fine. I finally got that bit down. That was fine. Just missed it there, unfortunately, which means waiting. But it's better to wait than to die and have to redo all of that again. This area didn't go well. This bit went fine. The next bit and the bit after that, not so much. So firstly I die there. And then I try and do this section. Now, if you've watched enough of my videos, you know that this is a very bad section. And it's very easy to make mistakes and very easy to die. Now you see, I'm trying to stay here. And I do actually manage to make it. Unfortunately, I can't escape. I'm too bouncy. I'm like, right, okay, now it's stopped. I can actually get through here. Do a really bad set of bounces and die. Because that's what you do. then this doesn't go well. It takes me a second to orientate myself, and then I'm finally through. And then these aren't in the most ideal of places, so I have to wait for them to come back around. And I get it, but I fall down. And it takes me a little while to get back up again, so... The interior didn't go so great. I had to wait for them to actually stop before I could finally get up here. I managed to save myself from dying there, somehow. But it was still not good. Yeah, you can see my timer there, ticking down. So I was like 10 or so seconds. Yeah, just under 10 seconds. It does pick up slowly. So now we get into Niles' world. Now I'm just remembering at this point, take your time. Deaths are more costly than going slow. So I'm trying to be... I mean, that worked out quite well. That'll be break and skid. Probably should have jumped straight from there. Flying. Jump straight from sing block to bubble. First one. The braking went quite well, which is unusual. It usually goes horrifically wrong. It takes me like 15 tries to get it right. But yeah, this level went quite well, which is why I started to kind of claw back a little bit of time. That went fine. Got a tiny bit stuck there, but it's fine. And that's fine. That's that level done. Can you believe there's still like, what, 40 minutes left of the run and we're already in World 4? Seriously, World 5 takes up so much time. It shouldn't, but it does. The levels get so... I think I die here. I'm pretty sure I die in this level. I think I remember where I die. It's... Yes! That's what happened, I remember. You'll see what I mean when we get there. Yeah, it was a bit BS, but... This is the game punishing me for being... cocky. And not being cautious enough. So get up there, that's fine. No, I died twice here, didn't I? I die at this little section here. And then I die on my way getting back up. I need to practice cutting my rocket short when I'm actually on my final rocket. I'm pretty sure I die here again. Yeah. So I've got plenty of time save here. You can see I learned my lesson. I'm being a little bit more careful. Get through that. I'm not even trying the fast one. I haven't figured out how to do it. But it's fine. I get to the end in the end. Died too large. Death wall. I think this one went okay. Can't remember. Well, I get up there the first time. That's an improvement over my practice. Didn't really need to glide there, but I was being a little bit cautious. 1, 2, break. Had to realign myself a little bit there. Did I get this first time? I think I did actually. Yeah. Good. That's how that level's supposed to go. It's supposed to be nice and clean and smooth. A couple of places where I can just improve the movement a little bit. I can never remember if I'm supposed to die in this one or not. Let me check. What's the... What did I say here? This is 6. Oh yeah, the last section. The last section went a lot better this time around actually, now that I'm looking at my old analysis for my last run. Where are the deaths? There we are. No, this one is faster to die to. So I need to remember to die here. Do my splits actually? No. My splits say hell on earth, that's why I haven't died to. Maybe I should change them to hell on death. So I remember to die. This section gets me so nervous. My two worst things combined together. Being chased and not being able to run very far. One reason why I'll never play Slenderman. Or any other game of that genre. What have I said in previous ones? So... 1-6 just now. I took the last section a little bit cautiously. I wanted to avoid repeating what happened last time, but other than that, I think it was fine. You can see him being so careful. Like, being so panicky about what I'm doing. But it was fine after that. Dump it into there. I mean, the time lost for this one wasn't so bad. Because thankfully that block breaks quite quick. I just missed one of the bubbles, which I took all 3 of them just for safety. I managed to get this one sorted out so I could glide straight up there, so I didn't lose that much time. It was still the fastest time I've done that level, so I don't even know if dying's actually faster or not. So I need to compare that against a death run. Being a bit careful, being cautious. I've got this section down, which is good. I think this one actually went really well. I think I did die once or twice. I didn't screw that section up, thank God. I kind of get a bit dodgy there, but it's fine. Could probably rock it a little bit more, but I still haven't quite figured out how the world record holders gets us rocked into reset so quickly. So that's good. Climb up here, did the glide, everything's fine. So I think this level went quite well. Ah, yeah, I'm just okay, I was looking at the wrong boss thing for the last area. It does say to die in exclamation marks, but I don't know anymore because I actually did the last section there relatively well. And it would have been even better if I'd actually, you know, gotten all 3 bubbles the first time around just for safety. I've gotten this area down. I could have double jumped straight to the top of that other block. To skip a block step. Also, do you remember how this area was probably quite annoying for me last run? I think I actually got a system down for it now. Because I said, hang on a second. Let's just go back a sec. There we go. So I am learning from my mistakes. And I think analysing my runs like this is actually helping me do that a little bit. So that's fine. Put that there. This is the boss run. Went fine. Capital letters. Test. Death. Versus this runs non-death time. Because if I find out that not dying and getting that kind of wee skip there at the end actually is faster, then I'm going to have to not... Well, it's going to make me sad regardless. This chase level went really well, actually. A couple of times where it kind of get a little bit tense. Here gets a little bit tense because I'm not rocketing too well. No, up here I'm just like, okay, screw it, just go straight up now. Changes are a little bit dodgy. Changes are a bit dodgy. I'm glad I've gotten this section down because, mother of God, I get a little bit stuck in places here. But other than that, it's not bad. Not being very confident again. That was me being confident and then not paying off, so. You can kind of understand why I have a difficulty being confident with this game. Oh, I very nearly died there. Thankfully I still had another rocket in reserve, but... Rest there. Now, I was a little bit too cautious here. I waited. I could have made it if I just went. But I didn't trust it. I just didn't. So next time... can do it in one cycle. I do fall down. Also, don't fall down in final jump section. There we go. Sorted. This one is... Oh yeah! This is where I do one of my new skips. So you see I'm not breaking any of those blocks up there. Did I get this? No, it's... Oh, I do get it first time as well. And that's never going to happen again. That skip can be really finicky. It's really panicky about when it actually wants to work and when it doesn't want to work. I haven't quite figured out... Well, I might have figured out why it's a bit fiddly. I also die in this area. Although it's with lift, not with nail, so there's a little bit of a skip there. Wall jump skip is good. Practice more. More to make it consistent. Don't die with flying. No lift. And I die here? Yeah. Other than that, I think it went quite well. So yeah, this game does have a mechanic called wall jump, where if you can kind of like bounce up a wall with walk if you set yourself up properly. in that particular one that I did in this level, I think the way to do it is you bounce or you jump against, so you're actually against the wall so you can't go any further over, but make sure you continue to point to the left, otherwise you're not going to make it. Sometimes you can, sometimes you don't. I haven't found a nice consistent way to do that. So I'm still working on it, let's put it that way. So, and then I've got a bit stuck going into there. I got a bit of a sound glitch here. You don't have the whoosh from the waterfall thing. Be more confident. Rocket more. I decided for this one, I'm just like, screw it. I'm not even gonna like risk it too much. If I'm gonna make up any time, it's gonna be with this section here. I can make up so much time if I just learn how to rocket properly. I'm probably going to keep this technique just because I can get it consistently. I can't do the world record holders technique. I'll be actually going underneath those fast blocks. You can also rocket here, but I can't reset fast enough, so. Get a little bit close there, but it's fine. That's fine. Now we're into the final section, which I thankfully don't die in this one. I was extremely nervous when I was doing this though. As you can imagine, I always get very nervous with this run. I can probably rocket a little bit more. And this time I thought I'd be, you know, I'll actually, you know, change just now, but it didn't recognise it. And nails get stuck in the changer, and then I mischange. 118, I went to buy fast enough to see if that was my fastest time. But now we're into World 5. How many new skips are there? Oh, went the wrong way? Yeah. I can think of one other new skip that I introduced into the run. Oh, you'll see that when we get to it. It takes out an unnecessary segment, thank God. And there's another skip I have to test. The problem is I don't know if it's any faster, and it looks quite finicky. Oh, so I died here. Don't die with nails in second to last area. The rest of it went fine. I've only just realised that that's a Hoover. That's the Hoover there. But yeah, the rest of this went swimmingly. So. Gold splits across the board. It's so good. Now if only I can get gold splits all the way and not screw up and die like an idiot half the time. That assumes the game will actually, you know, pick up all of my button inputs though. It ignored my jump input there. To be fair, I kind of expect that. Oh yeah, nails section went a bit squee whiff here. Nails section was bad. Work on it. You see, I shouldn't even have to say work on it because I've done it really, really cleanly a lot of the times. I just had a really, really bad run this time. Also, walk wasn't recognising my jump inputs coming out the bubble, which was a bit annoying. So that went quite well. That section went quite well. This section didn't. So it goes well at first. Up, up, over. Unfortunately, when I get to here, I get a bit stuck and I can't. I don't fall down the hole even though I run across it, so I just run straight into my death. I should have jumped and reset that, but I didn't want to risk rocketing straight down, which is why that happened. I got stuck in the wall. And then I came out, so this section was quite bad. Work on this level. And then I changed a bit too early, but it wasn't a huge loss. And then my glide didn't go off as intended. It didn't pick up my change. You know, just the general things that you expect with flying. It's the next one I misplit one, yeah. So I do the elevator skip, I do the level after that, and then I split even though I'm not supposed to. I was so happy, but yeah. Oh yeah, I had to redo this section because I didn't stick properly. Had to redo lift section. No. No, I didn't. Or was that on a practice? Oh, that might have been on a practice. So I've kind of got a technique down where I use these platforms as a shield. It works most of the time. I need to get more competent with this one. The problem is trying to practice this, but it's annoying because it's such a pain in the arse to get to. This bit didn't go well, if I recall. I was getting angry at this section. So, I changed. Right, okay, change now. Change now. Why didn't you change? Dropped inputs. Change in plenty of time. Walks. Section. Generally bad. And then my skip doesn't go off as planned. Like, screw it, fine, we'll just do it the other way. See, that bit went well. And then I didn't bounce high enough before I started gliding. So that happened. I think I died as well. Yeah, right about here. No? Or is that also in a practice? That might have also been in a practice. Yeah, I think that was in a practice. You see, this is my problem. I do so many practice runs that I forget which ones are practices, which ones aren't. So now as the section went well, the elevator skip at the end kind of frustrated me because I spent like an hour trying to find a consistent way of getting that skip. And it didn't work out for me. So I was a bit angry. Just a smidge angry. And then the music starts to pick up a little bit. Of course, we're in inverted vision, so you can't hear it in all its glory. I was a little bit slow there. It almost caught up with me. Thankfully, I was a little bit faster. Right. I spent an hour trying to find a nice consistent way of making this, you know, consistent. Like getting in there within the first few tries. And it's just not happening. Because you have like a 10-degree angle in which that you can actually fit in, and it's usually between 35 and 45 degrees. Unfortunately, your actual position in general doesn't... It is the same, and it doesn't matter how... It just seems to be a bit based on luck. I haven't been able to get that one. Alright, where's the time? There it is. So I am, after this next level, I am going to make a time correction. I've already edited my splits to, for it. But for Mustache Push, I split one level too early, so it looks like I got an 8-minute lead. I don't have an 8-minute lead, I was just so happy I was actually able to do this without too many mistakes. Bloody elevator. Skip. Also walk. Sucks. This section, it was left section, work on skip. I tried to do it. I didn't succeed. Work on dangerous route. You're about to see that just now. So with this one, I did practice this. It just didn't go quite according to plan. So I'm trying to get between these bits here. And it's just not happening. Because for some reason those red bits are a lot higher than what they look like. So I just decided, screw it, we'll go the other way. Right, this was the area that's got a lot of pain out of me last time. It went a trillion times better. You can see I'm being careful. Watching my changes, watching where I am. Watching where I'm pointing, most importantly of all. I nearly die in this bit. Because it tries to troll me a little bit. You see, it's trying to troll me. It nearly succeeded. Thankfully I was faster. Or thankfully I was more cautious. Walk section needs more work again. Brake section needs work. Not this area here, the next one needs work. It's just trying to get this area consistent, that's the problem. It's this area that's the problem. See, I'm trying to just focus on one area, but it doesn't quite go according to plan. If I'd managed to bounce up there, get the proper wall bounce going, I would have already be up there, but I didn't, so I had to wait. Then I was an idiot and I changed far at the completely wrong time. And nearly fall down there, which would have been disastrous, but I do recover. And the rest of the level goes quite well. Right, I do split early here, so ignore the split. I was just so happy to get it over and done with. But I'll tell you the actual time at the end of this level. Because I don't know how to undo splits with my... I started going in the wrong direction. I don't know how you undo splits. Don't die, you pellet. There we go. I was just so happy to get that bit done. I was so happy. Now this is the other level that has like a potential skip. And if it is faster, I'd love to get it down. It looks just a tiny little bit dangerous. Just a tiny bit. But I do need to actually like try it. It's the same... We're still going by the same route just now. Still going up this way. The difference will come here. So we glide all the way across here to skip a bit. However, the route, you see that blue swirly bit? That probably could have made it actually. That swirly bit, that will take you to another area. And then from there you work your way around and then you kind of work backwards. So you have walk, break, Niles' part, for example, at the very start. Did I die here? Yeah, I think I do die here actually. I could have glided over there. There we go. Yeah, it's always fallen objects that gets me. I don't want them to, but they just love me so. Oh, and this section. The lion's push section sucked. Took me 2 tries. Because I got a bit too cocky and then under cocky and... Ugh. Whole lot of nasty was what that was. It tried to kill me as well. I wasn't letting it. I wasn't letting it though, was the only thing. It tried to kill me twice, as you can see. I'm getting more confident with the falls here, as you can see. That's that. So I do still need to test a new area. So instead of doing this bit with nails like we're doing just now, it would be walk that we're breaking through this area just now. And then you use a wall jump to a wall bounce to get up there. Did I die here? I'm pretty sure. No, I do die here. That's right, yeah. Lift also dies here. Lift dies too. Don't die. It helps. Yeah, it was this section here. I die there. Then I die slightly further up. And then I die again later on. This bit always makes me really nervous. I think I didn't push change fast enough there rather than I dropped input. I get the second time, but it's still, you know, at this point I'm getting really anxious because I'm like, I'm doing really, really good. I've got so much time save. The next one was totally my fault. It was right here. Get that up, it's great. Change! And I die. Because I'm an idiot. But I always do the changes when I'm not supposed to do the changes. But it's fine. The skip that's possible for this level. You see the moving block below me, the red one. It doesn't spawn if you do the skip because obviously you're not with lift, so it's not expecting it, so it doesn't load the asset. So it does have that potential, but you're with nails at that moment in time, so you have to use nails to rocket your way to safety, and you're using nails rockets rather than mustache pushes. So it's another thing to look at, definitely. So, we are now coming up to the level. I also didn't pop into the Niles changer, I just immediately ran. So I've probably lost like a second or two because of that. There we go. 7 deaths, that was lovely. Anyway, so the final time for that was 1:17:25 for that split. And the time difference was 3 minutes and 3, so I've saved 3 minutes and 1 second so far. Ah yes, this skip, I forgot about this skip. Another skip that I've discovered, or learned, thanks to someone put it in the forums. Missed it the first time, I was angry. I was very angry. Got it eventually. So yeah, that's another wall jump skip that we can do, so it avoids using lift entirely for this section. Which is good. Because I don't like lift section. If I can avoid using lift at all times, I will do it. To be fair, I'm also like that with nails. Missed singing block first time. Trying to think, is there any other? Yeah, I didn't remember to rock it with nails. And then I screw up this section a little bit, I think. No, that's probably the next. It's this one here. Also, don't die with lift. Exclamation mark. There we go. So it goes fine. That bit's fine. I come up here. And unfortunately, I change too quick when I die. Which forces me to redo all of this. Alright, I can put this back away now. I also screwed up this section for the first time. I have been practicing this fall, which I did a really good job of. Now I just have to do the fall and get these things timed as well. Which I have done, but it just didn't happen this time. I could probably also use nails for this section. It could probably get me here faster. Use nails just before block push. And I've already mentioned to use nails to actually like rock it properly. Being careful because I've died so many times here. Could have rocketed a little bit more. Right, we're almost home. 2 more levels. I didn't die in it. I didn't spend 15 million years dying in the next one, which was good. Hang on a second. Have I got notes written in a section that shouldn't be written in? Let's see. No. No, each level should have 8. I don't know where. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No. Oh well, I'll figure it out later. I'll know what I mean. The notes are my corrections are generally quite. I know what I'm talking about, thankfully. So I get a little bit deep in this fall, but thankfully I've got a nice system here to get me out of trouble. This section didn't go so well. Walk section was bad due to bad bouncing. You see, I'm desperately trying to get up there and it just doesn't happen, so I have to use a bit of a wall bounce there to get up. And that goes up. Now as the section went so swimming. I've now put in my mind that if I am going to die for this level, to die in this section because it doesn't waste much time. And also with nails, it's pretty easy for me to die. But it is generally faster to do this level without dying if you can. But I can check that later. There we go. And it didn't recognise my jump input there either, for some reason, which really annoyed me. Final boss. Don't die. Damn it. Yes, I do die. I die in this section here. If I'm gonna die in any section, it's gonna be here. No, I died with walk as well. Ah, I died twice, yeah. I make up for it on the interior though. So, yeah. So I'm running around here, I'm trying to run back and I just die. So I gotta redo all of this again. Which is frustrating. I wouldn't mind it so much if I just remembered the last kind of main action, which would be destroying that. But no, if you die you have to redo the entire little section that you just did. Run away, run away. Then you have to run around like a madman, trying not to die. Then blessedly they stop here so you can actually, glide in relative safety. Now the real danger here is you have to stay close to this thing in order for him to destroy it. And also escape. But yeah, I'm doing quite well still. I die in walk section, I think. This section is quite good because these bolts, unlike the last set of fallen objects, these ones do target you, so it's quite easy. Also, it didn't dump me in the changer. I nearly died there because it didn't put me in the changer correctly. Flying, everybody. This is why I hate this game. So down, 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 creep down. Doing well. Remember your changes, watch the bolts. Go a little bit squee-whiff there, but I quickly correct myself, thankfully. I always get very nervous with this section, because I have died here from being crushed, because I wasn't fast enough. It is something you have to be aware of in this part of the game. Another thing to be aware of is lift will sometimes drift down when you attach to a surface. You'll see that it's usually on the surface that you're about to drop on, so you can climb to the next section. So on this surface here that I'm jumping to just now, you see how I go down? Don't jump too low on that section, you will die. Also, don't glide, just straight run, otherwise you will get crushed and you will die, and you will be sad. Now, when I was doing this last time, the lava didn't chase me up. It is chasing me this time. I died there because I let it go too early. So I don't know why it didn't chase me last time, but it was chasing me this time, so. Gets a little bit hairy. Just a smidge hairy. But once you get to the changer, it's fine. Be more confident with nails here. Do a little bit more rocketing. And the rest of the exterior is as it is supposed to go. Quite well. So now we get into the interior. The flying's fall was really, really good actually. It was super, super good. I don't like rocketing in that section there just in case I die, and it's like the final area. So I don't risk it. We finally get some music again. Thankfully it's good music. The external music is not so fantastic. So if you do this area correctly, you should only have to use one of your two jumps. The second jump can be an emergency backup just in case. You need it in the first section. Usually you need it in the first section. I promised myself I would be more confident with this section. I didn't. I was supposed to just go because I knew I would have been safe. I would have been here well before the other stuff fell. Didn't do it. Next time. Immediately jump in final flying fall jump. Walk section went really well. Had to wait for this a little bit. I haven't tried it with the other side because I don't know how well it works. So a little bit cautious about that. Walk section was good. Really, really good. I can't really improve on that much more other than just general precision. Probably could have made that actually. If I was a bit faster and more confident, I could probably do that. Now, last time I said I would go up the other side, and I do that. It's just unfortunate for me that it didn't really make much of a difference. It was still in my way. So, the joys. And come up into lifts. So yeah, it was generally a really good run. I now hold second place, thank God. And could be a bit more confident. I was getting really angsty in this section here because I knew I was doing really well. I didn't want to die. I could have made it. If I just dropped, I could have made it. I know I could have made it. But no. And that is the run, ladies and gents. Could have split like half a second later, or earlier, but fastest time I've done that level. So hopefully you've enjoyed it. I have. And I will see you next time I do a PB. Yay! Maybe first.